Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Friday. We got 14 matchups on this MLB slate today. So be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Busy slate today as we head into the weekend. Starting with the Atlanta Braves versus the Chicago Cubs. Braves opening up as road favorites at -175. The Cubs plus 150 with the over-under at 8.5. Braves coming into this matchup 69-37. The Cubs 56-53. Pitching for the Braves is Max Fried with an ERA of 2.08. Pitching for the Cubs is Kyle Hendricks with an ERA of 3.61. Fried, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Hendricks, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Braves on a 2-game winning streak, coming off a couple Angels wins. Cubs on a 3-game winning streak, coming off a nice Cincinnati series. They're playing very well right now. Fried hasn't played since May, so making his debut in the last few months. Been solid all seasons here, but we'll see how he plays. Could be a little rusty here. Cubs, I mean, they're 6-1 at home, 11-2 in their last 13. They're playing very good right now. They're hitting very well, and I think Cubs are a good underdog today at home, and I'll take Cubs plus 1.5 here. Next matchup, we've got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Detroit Tigers. Rays opening up as road favorites at -140. Detroit plus 125 with the over-under at 9. Rays coming into this matchup 66-45. Detroit 48-60. Pitching for the Rays is Zach Littell with an ERA of 4.85. Pitching for the Tigers is Reese Olson with an ERA of 4.71. Littell, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Olson, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. The Rays coming off a Yankees loss. Detroit coming off a Pittsburgh win. The Rays are 8-1 against Detroit, 6-3 on the road against Detroit here. Littell coming off some pretty good starts on the mound here, and I'm going to take the Rays on the road. Next matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the Cincinnati Reds. Reds opening up as home favorites at -175. Washington plus 150 with the over-under at 10.5. Washington coming into this matchup 46-63. The Reds 59-52. Pitching for the Nationals is Patrick Corbin with an ERA of 5.14. Pitching for the Reds is Graham Ashcraft with an ERA of 5.31. Corbin, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Ashcraft, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Washington coming off a Brewers win. Reds coming off 3 straight Cubs losses. A tough series for the Reds there. Washington is just 1-6 against Cincinnati. Patrick Corbin been very bad on the mound all season here. Ashcraft coming off some good starts on the mound. I think this is a series the Reds can bounce back, and I'm going to take Cincinnati at home. Next matchup, we got the Houston Astros versus the New York Yankees. Astros opening up as road favorites at -150. The Yankees plus 135 with the over-under at 9. Astros coming into this matchup 62-48. The Yankees 57-52. Pitching for the Astros is Hunter Brown with an ERA of 4.12. Pitching for the Yankees is Luis Severino with an ERA of 7.49. Brown, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Severino, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 9 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Houston losing to the Yankees yesterday, 4-3. They are 7-1 against the Yankees, so that was their first loss against the Yankees in a while. I do like Hunter Brown on the mound. Severino coming off some bad starts. Hasn't been that great this season. And I think I'm going to lean with the Astros on the road. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at -250. The Royals +200 with the over-under at 9. Royals coming into this matchup 35-75. The Phillies 59-50. Pitching for the Royals is Jordan Lyles with an ERA of 5.99. Pitching for the Phillies is Aaron Nola with an ERA of 4.43. Lyles, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Nola, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Royals quietly on a nice little 6-game win streak right now, coming off a Mets and Minnesota sweep. Phillies coming off a Miami win here. The Royals are just 2-12 on the road, not a good road team. Gonna be tough. I like the Phillies at home here. I know Royals are on a big win streak. Take that however you want here, but yeah, I'm still taking Phillies at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at -160. The Mets +135 with the over-under at 9. Mets coming into this matchup 50-58. The Orioles 67-42. Pitching for the Mets is David Peterson with an ERA of 5.92. Pitching for the Orioles is Dean Kramer with an ERA of 4.66. Peterson, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Kramer, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 7 strikeouts. The Mets on a 3-game losing streak, coming off a bad Royals series. Baltimore coming off a Toronto win. Mets are just 1-6 on the road. Looked horrible in that Royal series here, and I'm gonna take the Orioles at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as home favorites at -160. The White Sox +135 with the over-under at 8.5. White Sox coming into this matchup 43-67. The Guardians 53-56. Pitching for the White Sox is Mike Clevinger with an ERA of 3.59. Pitching for the Guardians is Logan Allen with an ERA of 3.70. Clevinger, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Allen, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The White Sox on a 4-game losing streak. They're 2-8 in their last 10. Cleveland coming off a bad Houston series. The White Sox are 0-6 on the road right now. Not in love with that. Clevinger coming off some good starts on the mound. Allen coming off a couple bad starts on the mound. But I just don't love the White Sox here. And I'm going to take the Guardians at home. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at -155. Toronto +140 with the over-under at 10.5. Toronto coming into this matchup 60-50. Boston 57-51. Pitching for Toronto is Alek Manoah with an ERA of 5.87. Pitching for the Red Sox is James Paxton with an ERA of 3.34. Manoah, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Paxton, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Toronto, coming off a bad Baltimore series. Tough series for them. Boston coming off a Seattle loss. Toronto's 0-7 against Boston. Haven't been able to beat Boston. Boston 9-1 at home. Manoah hasn't been that great on the mound for Toronto here. Paxton coming off a couple good starts. And yeah, since Toronto just hasn't been able to beat them, and they looked very bad in that Baltimore series, I think I'm going to take the Red Sox at home. Next matchup, we got the Miami Marlins versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at -140. Miami +120 with the over-under at 8.5. Miami coming into this matchup 58 and 52. The Rangers 63 and 46. Pitching for the Marlins is Jesus Luzardo with an ERA of 3.38. Pitching for the Rangers is Jordan Montgomery with an ERA of 3.42. Luzardo, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Montgomery, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Miami coming off a Phillies loss. Rangers coming off a 3-game White Sox sweep. Miami 1-10 on the road. Not a good road team here. Pretty even pitching matchup. And I think I'm going to roll with the Rangers at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at -130. Arizona +120 with the over-under at 8.5. Arizona coming into this matchup 57 and 53. The Twins 56 and 54. Pitching for Arizona is Merrill Kelly with an ERA of 3.40. Pitching for the Twins is Bailey Ober with an ERA of 3.19. Kelly, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Ober, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Arizona on a 3-game losing streak, coming off a tough Giants series. Minnesota coming off a St. Louis win. They've been struggling. Both teams struggling here. Arizona 2-6 against Minnesota, 0-5 on the road against Minnesota. They haven't been able to beat the Twins, and pretty even pitching matchup, I'd say. And I think I'm gonna take the Twins at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at -170. The Pirates +150 with the over-under at 9. Pirates coming into this matchup 48 and 60. The Brewers 59 and 51. Pitching for the Pirates is Quinn Priester with an ERA of 9.19. Pitching for the Brewers is Colin Rea with an ERA of 4.76. Priester, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 7 strikeouts. He's been pretty bad on the mound here, giving up a lot of runs. Rea, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 8 strikeouts. The Pirates coming off back-to-back, coming off 2 losses here, coming off a 14-1 loss against the Brewers yesterday. They're 0-5 on the road against Milwaukee here. Yeah, don't love Priester on the mound. He's been very bad here, and I think I'm going to take the Brewers at home. Next matchup, we've got the Colorado Rockies versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals opening up as home favorites at -170. Colorado +145 with the over-under at 9. Rockies coming into this matchup 42 and 66. The Cardinals 48 and 62. Pitching for the Rockies is Chris Flexen with an ERA of 8.08. Pitching for the Cardinals is Adam Wainwright with an ERA of 7.18. Flexen, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Wainwright, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Rockies coming off back-to-back Padres losses. Cardinals coming off a Minnesota loss. Colorado 0-10 on the road against the Cardinals here. 1-5 against St. Louis. They just have not been able to beat the Cardinals. Flexen has not been good on the mound here, and yeah, I think I'm going to roll with the Cardinals at home. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Los Angeles Angels. Seattle opening up as road favorites at -115. LA +105 with the over-under at 8. Seattle coming into this matchup 57 and 52. The Angels 56 and 54. Pitching for Seattle is Luis Castillo with an ERA of 2.95. Pitching for the Angels is Reed Detmers with an ERA of 4.35. Castillo, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Detmers, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Seattle beating the Angels yesterday 5-3. Angels on a 3-game losing streak here. Seattle is 5-1 on the road. Castillo coming off a couple good starts on the mound here, and I think I'm going to take the Mariners on the road. In the last matchup, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at -120. LA plus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Dodgers coming into this matchup 62-45. The Padres 54-55. Pitching for the Dodgers is Bobby Miller with an ERA at 4.37. Pitching for the Padres is Yu Darvish with an ERA at 4.53. Miller, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Darvish, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Dodgers coming off a 3-game Oakland winning streak. Padres coming off back-to-back Rockies wins. Dodgers are 5-0 against the Padres here. Pretty even pitching matchup, I'd say. Getting Dodgers at plus money, I'm going to take that every time here. And I'll take Dodgers plus 1.5 on the road. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.